October 26th brings a double feature that every NBA fan will be watching closely. Two matchups loaded with storylines, pressure, and star power. On one coast, the Sacramento Kings host the Los Angeles Lakers in what feels like a passing of the torch game between a rising young squad and one of the league's legendary franchises. On the other coast, the Miami Heat face the New York Knicks, reigniting one of basketball's most gritty and emotional rivalries. It's the kind of night where every game feels personal, every play carries meaning, and every possession adds fuel to narratives that will shape the rest of the season. The Kings and Lakers represent two different timelines, the new blood of De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis against the timeless excellence of LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Meanwhile, in Miami, the Heat and Knicks bring that old-school intensity back to life. A matchup that's as much about pride and toughness as it is about talent. These aren't just regular season games. They're statement opportunities, battles of identity and mentality. So as the league heats up, one question hangs in the air. Which of these teams will send the strongest message tonight? Let's start with the West Coast clash between the Sacramento Kings and the Los Angeles Lakers, a matchup that perfectly captures the generational shift happening in the NBA. The Kings have spent years trying to escape irrelevance, and now, led by De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis, they've become one of the league's most exciting and confident young teams. Their offense moves fast, their chemistry is electric, and their crowd in Sacramento has turned into one of the loudest in the league. On the other hand, the Lakers represent legacy, experience, and expectation. LeBron James may be entering the twilight of his career, but his impact remains unmatched. Alongside Anthony Davis, he's determined to show that Los Angeles is still a championship-caliber team. But here's the real tension. The Kings play like they have nothing to lose, while the Lakers play like they have everything to prove. That contrast in mentality can turn a simple regular season game into a psychological battle. Will youth and speed overwhelm wisdom and experience, or will the Lakers remind everyone that greatness doesn't fade easily? This game could reveal just how far the Kings have really come since their breakout season. Sacramento's offense, led by Fox's explosive drives and Sabonis's playmaking, thrives on rhythm and tempo, forcing defenses to make quick, uncomfortable decisions. But the Lakers know how to slow the game down and turn chaos into control. With LeBron orchestrating and Davis anchoring the defense, they can turn a track meet into a chess match in seconds. The Kings need this win to prove that last year wasn't a one-time spark, that they can consistently compete with the league's elite. For the Lakers, it's about sending a message. They may be older, but they're still dangerous when it matters. Every possession will feel like a test of identity, Sacramento's hunger versus LA's pride. And the question that lingers is simple. Can the new era finally topple the old guard? Or will experience and poise remind everyone that legends don't step aside that easily? Now shifting to the East Coast, the Miami Heat versus the New York Knicks is one of those matchups that never loses its edge. Every time these two teams meet, it feels like a throwback to the days when basketball was gritty, physical, and deeply personal. The Heat come in with their signature toughness, that Heat culture mentality built by Eric Spoelstra and embodied by Jimmy Butler. They don't care about the spotlight, they care about winning ugly, outworking opponents and breaking their spirit. The Knicks, meanwhile, are no longer the underdogs they once were. Led by Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle, they've developed their own brand of toughness and discipline. These are two teams that mirror each other in many ways. Both thrive on defense, both feed off effort, and both play with chips on their shoulders. What makes this game fascinating is the psychological battle. Miami plays like it's already been there, done that, while New York plays like it's desperate to prove it belongs in the same tier. Every rebound, every hard foul, every stare down will feel like part of a larger war for respect. This is not just another regular season game. It's a test of mentality and endurance. So who breaks first? The calm, calculated confidence of Miami, or the fiery determination of New York? This night could tell us a lot about where both conferences are headed. In the West, the Kings are trying to carve out a new identity in a world still ruled by veteran giants like the Lakers. Their youth, energy, and cohesion might be enough to overwhelm an older LA squad, but the Lakers' experience and ability to control the pace could turn the tide in an instant. In the East, Miami and New York are battling for psychological dominance as much as playoff positioning. For the Heat, a win would reinforce their reputation as the team that doesn't need flash to dominate. For the Knicks, it would be a symbolic victory, proof that they can go toe-to-toe with one of the most mentally resilient teams in the league. What unites both games is the underlying question of evolution, old versus new, legacy versus ambition, control versus chaos. Nights like this are why the NBA feels alive again, unpredictable, emotional, and raw. So which story will define October 26th? The passing of the torch in the West, or the rekindling of a rivalry in the East? Both of these games feel like previews of deeper battles waiting to happen later in the season. If the Kings manage to outpace the Lakers, it signals that the league's balance of power is shifting faster than anyone expected. Sacramento wants to be more than a feel-good story. They want to be feared. And beating Los Angeles would be the kind of win that demands respect. For the Lakers, it's about proving they still have the focus and fire to chase another championship, even with the weight of years and expectations pressing on them. Meanwhile, in Miami, the Heat and Knicks will keep riding a rivalry that's built on intensity and heart, rather than glamour. Both teams know they can't afford to give an inch, because momentum in the East can vanish overnight. Whether it's Butler diving for loose balls or Brunson orchestrating a comeback under pressure, this matchup will be a reminder that toughness still wins games in today's NBA. Two coasts, two rivalries, one night of pure basketball tension. Which team do you think will make the bigger statement? The rising Kings, the proud Lakers, the relentless Heat, or the hungry Knicks? Let me know your take in the comments and subscribe to Behind the Backboard for more NBA rivalries, stories, and drama behind the game.